And this episode, I might call it Sucking Up, or You Are a Suck Up.
My baby looking too good, yeah, she perfect. No, she worth it. When she pull up, all them man, them flirting. And yeah, she know that she a dime. Call up on my line, told her, baby, bring it one time. Yeah, girl, sit down and relax.
Your favourite's back and keeping it real as always. I'm just trying to get into my groove. Okay, I'm in my groove right now. Shall we? We shall. Yo, what's really good though? It's your girl Yezzi Yezzir. You are locked into another episode of Hey Sis. You might be watching, you might be listening, but regardless, we're going to have a good one. As you can see, if you're one of the visual watchers, I'm getting into the festive spirit. Christmas is my favourite period of the year, so got a bit of tinsel going down in HQ. Got a tree. If you're trying to work out what the heck this is a tinsel tree. Snowman action, and as you can see, we've switched up the normal cups, okay? Your regular program has switched up. Your regular programming, that is. Because we got a snowman here. Well, not snowman, it's Santa. We got Santa here. In my cup today, I would have loved to have a good coffee. But as I'm not trying to bang out the coffee, not trying to bang out the hot brews. So I got a Red Bull watermelon here. Let me just get up on a sneaky one here. Red Bull, cut the check. Can you see that? Discovered this flavour in Ayia Napa and I've never looked back since. So there you go. I'm trying to put this down so gently. Let me take a sip. Oh yeah, that's going to hit. Before anything, we've got to do all the necessary stuff for the episode. If you haven't, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, because on the Instagram page, if you didn't know, we got an Instagram page. We're on the road to 10,000 followers. We are over 6,000 right now, heading to 7,000. And I've got to say a massive thank you, because we would not have been able to do that if it weren't for you guys. So shout out to you, my sisters and brothers that look into the show. Because as of recently, I'm presently surprised to know that a lot of brothers listen to Hey Sis. So that's why from now on, I'm not going to just say hey sisters. I'm going to say hey my brothers too, because you're not supporting the ting. I love to see it. So shout out to you. On the YouTube channel, the goal is 1,000 subscribers. That's nothing. And I know with YouTube, it's very easy to just watch and go. And then the algorithm might put you back in your face again, like might suggest Hey Sis again. However, for Hey Sis to grow and go on to do bigger and better things, we will need that sub. So when you get a chance, that chance might be now, you know. Click the subscribe button below. And I guarantee you we've got a lot of things jam-packed, especially for the new year. But let's just round it back up to this episode. I'm excited because I've learned and I've gone through a roller coaster of emotions. You know, I can't lie to you guys. I have to be so transparent. I have to keep it real because life will test you. And I'm learning with age to rise above the BS. But I really need to talk about something. There's always something I need to get off my chest. And this episode, I might call it Sucking Up, or You Are a Suck Up. Because I just feel like once you're over a certain age, let me say 25, and unless you're earning upwards of like 100,000 a year per annum, why are you sucking up for? Like, why are you sucking up at work? Really and truly, show up, do the work, get your pay, go home. Especially when they've made it clear that, oh, it's not a place where you can kind of rise up in the ranks. Like how you've come in and under what what job title they've hired you under, that is what you're going to remain doing forever until you leave. So what are you sucking up for? And as I was going through this roller coaster of emotions, guys, I realized that as much as I can cuss the suck-ups, like you're a suck-up, why are you sucking up? I said to myself, to be a suck-up, you got to have a different type of mental strength, because sucking up means sacrificing your dignity. As for me and the way I'm built, I can't sacrifice my dignity. The way my dignity is set up, I can't sacrifice it for work. But the suck-ups, I'm talking OG suck-ups, like the suck-ups that suck up so well, you don't even realize they're sucking up until you clock, oh, okay, that's what you did it for. Because suck-ups at work are always going to need a favor. And the thing is, they like to accumulate and tally up all the good things that they've done, all the times they've gone above and beyond. So when they need time off, or they're late a couple times, or some sort of raise that you didn't even know was going on, yeah, and they get it, and you're thinking, what? How they get it? Especially when they don't deserve it, yeah? Especially when they don't deserve it. You're like, bro, how'd you get it? Then you realize it. And you might not want to hear this hard truth, yeah? If you got a 9 to 5 and it's Friday and they say, do you want to go to the pub? Go to the pub. If they send you an email and say, oh, have you accepted the invitation to the Christmas party? Accept the invitation to the Christmas party. If you like your job, accept the invitations, go to the pub. Because they will be using that against you, boy. They got this mental tally in their head of all the times you didn't want to join in on the fun. Yeah? And when it comes to appraisal time, they're going to say things like, oh, it seems like we just get this feeling that you don't want to be here. Mind you, you've come to work Monday to Friday on time, left maybe 10 minutes after, trying to get the work done. You've met every single deadline. But you will do an appraisal and they will say, off the back of you not going to the extracurricular activities, being the pub, Christmas parties, marathons, I don't know what it is yet. Every company does one type of sponsored run. We're not all built to run. I'll be so real with you. I run in matters of urgency. For example, if a dog were to chase me, I'll run. I will mow far at a ting because I'm in fear for my life. It's fight or flight. In that situation, flight. However, when it comes to appraisal time, you need them to hear things like, you know what, you do your job so well, you're a part of the team. Being part of the team doesn't mean you're doing the teamwork. Get out of your mind frame with that stuff. Just, you see your mind, just throw it in the bin. Being part of the team is about being part of the team full circle, the whole circumference of the thing, yeah? And when you do go to the pub, oh, you better enjoy it. Even if you don't enjoy going to the pub with your work colleagues, look like you enjoy it because they will be watching. From your colleagues to your managers to your area managers, talk to everybody. You get your favorite. Mind you, you're not even paying for it half the time, yeah? If you're with a good company. I don't know what company you're with, yeah, but if you get invited to the pub after work and you're paying for the drinks, you need to go to a new company. If you're doing Christmas party and you're paying for your, I don't know, 2-course, 3-course meal at the work Christmas party? It's getting hot in here, boy. I don't know what to tell you, but you need to find a new company. Look at my decorations, so cute. The reason why I say this is because some things have happened recently, yeah? I'm not saying to me. I'm just saying observations. Let me sip my Red Bull. Red Bull watermelon, that is. That's a good drink, yo. A bit bubbly. I'm not really into the bubbly. Is that a D-double-E, yeah? But I'm accepted for that. Because I've realised, yeah, if you want some kind of raise or promotion of some sorts, yeah, we'll use those words here. Promotions, raise, yeah? Sounds good. They're not just taking in hard work. Gone are the days that you can get what you deserve based off merit. If you think you're going to get what you want out of life out of pure merit, I hate to be the one to burst your bubble. Merit doesn't exist. At least not pure merit. At least not 100% merit. I'll be so real with you, yeah? It's a weird combination of merit and sucking up. I can't suck up, but the thing I've noticed about suck-ups here is that they are ready to sacrifice their whole life. They're ready to sacrifice their relationship. They're ready to sacrifice time with their children. They're ready to sacrifice time with family. Yeah? They are ready to... The reason is this, yeah? You can't go toe-to-toe with a suck-up unless you're ready to be a suck-up. Because suck-ups are ready to sacrifice everything, every relationship, everything that is outside of work that will give them somewhat of a life, yeah? Giving them a personal life. They don't care about that. They're here with this tunnel vision of, I'm here to dominate in this company. I'm here to get every opportunity at any cost. So if you have a relationship, you would, in an ideal world, like to keep a relationship with your family. You know, just have a life outside of work. You're not going to stay an additional hour or two after work every day. You're not going to show up to every single time they want to go to the pub. You're probably not even going to have anything more than a 3-day holiday. We all know somebody that never goes on holiday. This person's always carrying holiday over into the next year. They're still not using it. We all know that person that is there every single day. They don't take a sick day. They don't go on holiday. Even their boss has to tell them, yeah, we're coming up to the end of the year. Do you plan on using any of your holiday? They are showing up and showing out. If you can't compete with them, if you can't fathom not doing that in your work life, I suggest you're very content with where you are right now. Hear me out. Just hear me out. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. There's all these connotations with being content. Maybe, settling for less or not really being happy. No, content can mean, you know what? I'm on this salary. I'm comfortable with this salary. The job I have and the responsibilities I have, they're okay with me. I'm not complaining. And I don't have to do anything more than I'm already doing. Sounds like a decent gig to me. I'm not going to lie. It sounds pretty okay. The thing about suck-ups is that they're never content. They always want more. And they're ready to do it in a sneaky way. Let me give you an example, yeah? If I'm not going to go and spend the weekend with people that I've already seen Monday to Friday, I may be deemed as a troublemaker. I may be deemed as someone that doesn't want to join in. I'm not a team member. I don't seem like I want to be here. That's what it looks like to them. God forbid I use my weekend to chill. But the thing about the suck up, that's what we're just going to call them now. The bum suck, the suck up, is that they're ready to get drinks after work. If you were the person to question, why did this person get this raise or, this benefit or whatever? The person that gives them that, maybe the boss, the manager, whatever, will say, it's a series of things and I just feel like it's well deserved. But your time will come though. I'm the type of person, I just keep it so straight. I keep it so for real. Have the person, maybe this is the law in me, the but-for test. My legal people, my law students, you already know what it is. But for Lucy going out for cocktails with the manager, would Lucy have got that raise at work? You tell me, because it sure does help. Networking. As much as I don't like going to industry events, I actually don't like going to them. You can imagine what they're like. It's just very fake. I'm not the biggest fan of industry events. I'm not the biggest fan of having to do more than what I already do because I like to think I work pretty hard. I do. It's not a thought. It's known. Yes, it's known. I do work hard. There, I said it. The thing about networking is you can't escape it. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. And I got to set up to say this one, yeah? Can't be slouching. If you think you can avoid networking in any type of level or proximity or setting, you can't avoid networking. If you're a teacher, if you're in the entertainment industry, if you're in the medical industry, everything you do that is supposed to be a career path requires a level of networking. You don't have to be an expert in it, but you have to be okay with the thought that if you work with people, you have to see people, you have to interact with them, you have to engage. You might have to ask your manager, how was their weekend? Even if you don't give a damn about their weekend, if you want to make sure that you have some sort of career progression at work, you're going to have to ask things and look like you care. Even when you don't care. And the funniest thing, and it is the easiest thing really, is because managers will just volunteer information. They'll just volunteer it. You could start your Monday off, hey, how's it going, Janice? How was your weekend? Well, my husband did this and the kids did that. And again, it's all going through your ear, one ear out the other. That's what you usually do, yeah? You've learned how to make your manager's voice white noise. You can't hear it. But you can't do that for too long. Because there will come a time that you have to build, it's a magic word here now, you're going to have to build rapport with people you don't like spending time with. I'm telling you, as I'm getting older, I'm coming to terms with things I can't run away from. I can't run away from networking. There will always be bum sucks amongst us, and the art of looking like you give a damn when you don't. I think everybody has to have an element of thespian in them. You have to be an actor. But as I get older, I'm realizing that I don't have the energy for code switching. If you don't know what code switching is, it's basically where people from certain backgrounds, it's not exclusive to one group or one race or whatever, but it's where people from certain backgrounds, whether it's ethnicity or class, feel the need to switch codes, change who they are in order to fit and make life easier for them in the setting that they're in at the time. So for example, you might have someone from a working class background. They end up doing very well. They might be the first in their family to go to university, and then boom, they got themselves a fancy pantsy job in central London. It just so happens that the people that they're with might not be from a similar background as them. And when they realize that, they feel like they need to adopt a different code that they know. So they might have, posh accent. They might speak in a certain way. They might not talk about certain things that they do on the weekend because it might be frowned upon with their colleagues. However, if you round people that you know are from the same, area that you've lived in, or, they're into the same music as you might drop it a bit and keep it real, You might drop a couple T's and a couple E's. However, when one sees themselves in a certain setting, they will pronounce those T's and E's and roll their R's. And, you just got to play the game, man. But I was so triggered because I was talking to a friend about a situation that I wasn't entirely happy about. And they said to me, you know what? You just got to play the game. And I was angry. I was genuinely peeved because I said to myself, hold on, does that mean in every element in life until pension age? I don't know where the pension age is for you, where you're listening from. I know some of the listeners are from literally all over the world, and that's lovely. Shout out to you guys. England, I'm pretty sure it's 65 off the top of my head. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can double check it here. Let me check the pension age. I know someone's in the car right now screaming it. Yezzi, how could you not know the pension age? Girl, I'm not looking that far ahead, fam. Like, I'm a forward thinker, but damn. Pension age in the UK is, 66. Chai. It says your state pension age depends on when you were born. Well, duh. There are some changes to the state pension age at the moment. For some people reaching state pension age now, it will be the age of 66 for men and women. Well, I would hope so. But I wasn't too far off, though. I said 65. Oh, that affects me. They said for those born after the 5th of April 1960, there will be a phased increase in state pension age to 67 and eventually 68. Oh, no. No. They told me go to rehab. I'll be damned. No, I cannot imagine being 68 and saying, about to go to my lunch, about to pop to lunch, and I'm timing 1 hour and back again. No. I'm not saying if you do it, it's bad, but for me, I don't want a 1 hour lunch break past a certain age. I'll be so real with you, okay? Look, okay, hear me out. We all have it, so don't act up. At a certain age, you do not want a 1 hour lunch break. At a certain age, I'm so sorry. I can't imagine pension age is 66 now and me in my 60s saying, yeah, I'm about to go on a lunch break and I'm timing 1 hour going through the busy city of London. That's so dead. Sorry. I mean, if you're one of those suck-ups, then it's nothing to do with you. But listen, let me tell you what triggered me. So I'm talking to my friend. I'm saying, yo, I'm not happy with this, blah, blah, blah. And they say to me, babe, you're just going to have to play the game. And I was just like, oh, I'm tired of code switching. Do I really yeah, okay. Tired of code switching. I'm tired of playing the game. I don't want to play the game. Especially if you're working in certain industries. I want to keep it real. And sometimes you're in these meetings and you're looking at people and you're remembering the discussions you had outside the meeting. And everyone's come with this energy like, yeah, I'm going to keep it real. Boo, 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 boo. When you get into the meeting, so we on mute. We're not, no one's talking. I'll talk. So then I look like the troublemaker and I get the sack. Screw all of you. But then it gets to the point, if you're really unhappy with the situation, you spoke about the situation, nothing's been done, fine. Cool. I can't say too much. But you can't be moaning about a situation that you've never spoken on before. Let's be so real about that. I just don't know where some people think they're going with their careers. And I'm not judging, okay? Because I have been told that I can be a bit blunt. But somebody's got to be blunt. I know the situations that I have been nudged to speak on. I'm going to keep it real with you in regards to saying it how it is. British reality TV, I'm very disappointed on. I grew up on, the original Big Brother. I saw throwbacks of, what's that show Cilla Black used to do? Blind Date. I've seen some pretty good, reality shows. So when I heard that Big Brother was coming back and, I'm a Celebrity's coming back, all these things are just coming back. Even Davina McCall was like, I'm not doing Big Brother, but I'm kind of doing an older version of Love Island, where it's basically the parents are dating and the children choose who they think is best for the parents. It's a whole thing. I know the concept went over your head. It did that to me. Big Brother came. Hey, you're really just going to watch this whole episode? Chill, enjoy it. And you ain't even subscribed. I suggest you go and do that. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and we can make that happen. Just a little 1K with your help. Let me give you a moment to do that. You liked, right? Dropped a comment, right? Okay, well, let's get back to the episode. There's certain things that have been happening that I know you want me to talk about. I'm not going to talk about them in their, the full capacity of talking about them, because I don't know everything. If I don't know everything about a situation, unlikely I'm going to talk about it on camera. But what I will say is this. If you remember, I had an episode talking about the British public, about the British entertainment industry, and you know what? They've just proved everything. Britain is a very unforgiving country for people that look like me. They conveniently have a great memory when it comes to people of certain backgrounds. But when it is people that they like, they have very short-term memory. I will say that. I watched Big Brother with high hopes. First couple episodes, it was a bit, felt like something was being pushed in my face. And I just wanted to see people just, coincide with one another. I didn't really want to know too much about, I don't know, what political party you vote for. I don't care about that. So, later on, I started to get that old Big Brother feeling. People getting along, people arguing. I was like, yeah, now we're getting into something. And then the People's Champ took a turn for the worse. There's not much I can say about that situation. Fast forward to I'm a Celebrity. Your fave is looking like, there's a lot of heat coming. All I can say is this. No matter what background you're from, it's very technical. It's very techie. There's a lot of nuances that can occur when you are technically under 24-hour surveillance. That's what I'm going to call your Big Brother. That's what I'm going to call your I'm a Celebrity. If you're coming from a situation where, whether it's like I'm a Britain's Got Talent, that's an edited show. If you're coming from Made in Chelsea, a YouTuber, all these type of things, they are edited shows. And sometimes you could be the executive producer of your own reality show. Obviously, the owner of your own content when you do YouTube. So you can edit things and, put out a final production that you're happy with. when it comes to these reality shows, you're powerless. You don't have any power in how the producer decides to edit things. I myself have been approached by a show. How can I say this? I've been approached by a show on 2 occasions by the same show. And I was umming and ahhing with the idea, and then something my sister said to me after I already made my decision not to go on it. But there was something my sister said to me that was like, yep, solidified it. That's it. I'm done. You are so right. She said, I'm so glad you made that decision, because before you enter into these type of places, the producer, the executive producer, has already chosen which character you're going to be. They've already chosen your narrative. So you can try your best to say, oh, I'm going to come in and represent myself this way and da da da. You're not in control of this piece of media. They will edit it, they will chop it up, they will put you in situations to feed the narrative that they already preconceived for you. And I was like, damn. So I decided I would love to do reality TV one day on my own terms. The reality TV I'd like to do, for me anyway, would involve like my family. I say my family, probably be my mum and my sister, because I just feel like the 3 of us together, it's just so funny. We bounce off each other so well. But with me saying that, I'd still want to be the executive producer. I still want to edit the end image and how things go out there, especially when I'm dealing with my sister and my mum. Like, they've signed up to something, yes. They're both adults, yes. But I still want to protect them in a way that I know a stranger that owes them nothing wouldn't protect them. I do hope that there are some positives that come from this. I just feel like the mistakes you make, okay, that you make in British media, it's taken way just up there. And it's like, it's unforgiving. There's no coming back from this. In America, there would have been a spin-off show. There might be opportunities to explain yourself. A period of redemption. Because I would like to think with every mistake, depending on what we're talking about, I don't believe all mistakes, quote unquote. Let me not even say mistakes. Not all things people do, I believe, okay, yeah, you can go back to the top, no worries, all is forgiven. I drew a line there, okay? But some things that are literally just mistakes, a slip of the tongue, a heated moment. Let's be honest, if you're stuck on rice and beans every day, the best of you will not come out. But hey, in America, I do feel like the PR teams there would create areas and moments of redemption that allow people to see you in a different light and go, you know what? They're not all bad. Let's give them a chance. In England, I've seen many occasions of people who are signed with management, PR people, with lawyers. And I laugh to myself. And it's not like, oh, I'm laughing at you, haha. It's here we go again. Because a lot of people, lawyers, PRs, managements in England are so good at making you feel like they're looking after you. They have your best interests at heart. They've got your back. Da, 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 da. It's all a lie. When people benefit off you getting in a ruckus, you have to be very careful about who you have around you. Whichever member of your team benefits the most out of you getting in more trouble, who benefits the most out of your downfalls, will never have your best interest at heart. Unless it gets to a point where it's career ending, and obviously they still need to get money out of you. But PR is there to help your image. They can't really help an image too tough that's already in a great position, because how much helping can one do if your image speaks for itself? But if your image tends to take a few lumps and bumps along the road and things aren't working out great and they have to come in on their knight in shining armor type tip and let me save the day, do you think they want you to be squeaky clean all the time? I mean, some PR people hire cleanup teams, okay? These are people that will literally clean up anything that's gone on the internet, any footage of you in some compromising positions. These people make money off your downfall, so be very careful about who screams the loudest. I got your back. I've got your best intentions. No. We're not going to talk about that. We will not. I don't want to see my sisters on reality TV anymore. I don't think reality TV that belongs to groups who have historically never sympathized with us, have never, you know, raised us up in any shape or form. I don't think they're going to be there to help us. Not everyone can be a Peter Andre. You can't come on a show and literally revive your whole career. I'm not gonna lie, the Peter Andre effect is phenomenal. This man had little to no career. Let's just call it how it is. Ended up going on a reality show, falling in love with, I don't know, the number one girl at the time, Jordan. And then boom, propelled himself into relevance. Song went back on the charts. Mysterious Girl was out of this world. You're on the front cover of every tabloid magazine out there. You got a reality show about your family. Then you got a spin-off reality show. Then you got another reality show. Then you remarry. Again, the Peter Andre effect isn't for everybody though. For British media, let me say British and European, okay? For British and European media, until we get to a point where we are able, as in we, melanated, deeply melanated folk, until we own certain media platforms of our own, as in black owned, I think it's very dangerous for us to go on other platforms that don't champion people from certain ethnic backgrounds. I'm going to be so real. I feel like we know how to manage ourselves. We know how to edit ourselves post-production wise. We are more understanding to ourselves, and therefore we can protect ourselves. Because protection is the aim in all of this. British media like to pick and choose who they protect. British media is very good at who they choose to demonize. And British media have selective memory. And because of that, you cannot put yourself out there as a sacrificial lamb to any kind of reality shows that say they're going to propel or help raise your career or your relevance if you look at the team and the crew before you and no one looks like you. And I'm so sorry, unless it's in a very extreme cases where people just so happen to have the same background as you and have lived in the same areas or share similar religion or the same religion, let me not say similar, it's unlikely people are going to understand you, even down to gender. There's a way a woman understands a woman that a man can't, and vice versa. So if you go on big platforms and you see the team, you see the crew, you see the director, the executive producer, head of marketing, and none of them look like you, understand you, know where you're coming from, boy, get ready for the inevitable. And the inevitable is for you to be picked as the villain. Even in wrestling growing up, sometimes you liked to not like the villain, but it was never career ending. But that's just the whole thing in life. You got God, you got the devil. You've got one political party that you're like, oh, they're the good one. Let's just say, for example, I know not everyone will agree, but let's just look at it in wider society. Most people say, oh, conservative, that's where all the rich, evil people are, and Labour is all the nice people that know about the needs of the common folk. Again, if you know about politics, I know you're going to say, Yezzi, there's a lot more layers than that. It's a lot more complex than that. I know, I'm just giving a very quick example. It's the same thing with television. There's going to be a villain. There's going to be a hero. There's going to be a martyr. There's just pockets. There's certain boxes that need to be ticked, and they will pick and choose. Even in news, when certain crimes are, done by certain people, there's always this image that they like to paint of, oh, we never saw it coming. We never imagined this type of person could do such a thing. And then for some reason, you have certain news outlets that just so happen to find this long list of family and friends who are just advocating for them, talking about their best moments, how nice they are, how this could have come out of nowhere. It must be from stress. I'm sure they'll never do it again. When we grew up, they were so nice. Da 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 da. And then the same news outlet will conveniently find pictures of this person, I don't know, helping an old lady cross the street, smile on their face, looking like an angel, so angelic. That would be pasted on the front newspapers, pasted on the 9 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news, whatever. But when people from certain ethnic backgrounds commit a crime, and in no shape or form am I supporting crime. Crime is crime, yeah? But you find the grittiest picture of that person to make them look like an absolute villain. For some reason, there's no interviews with the family. There's a long list of, oh, did you know they did this when they were in year 6? And at the age of 16, they did this. And you're just like, wow, paint the narrative, will you? And as you go through more life and you see yourself in different settings, whether it's work, family, wider society, you realize the most powerful people are the people that control the media, that own the media. Shout out to Rupert Murdoch. If you own a newspaper, a magazine, a television channel which just delivers you the news, you see the differences between going on like a Sky News, a BBC, a CNN, a Fox News, an Al Jazeera, the OGs that watch Al Jazeera, you know what I'm talking about. And you see the same story being narrated in different ways and delivered in certain ways, and the different footage that you get and the coverage, the video coverage, and you think to yourself, what is the truth? Will we ever know what the truth is in wider society? Sometimes, as ignorant as it is, sometimes you get comfortable with knowing that ignorance is a luxury. It's a very comfortable space to be in, because sometimes the truth is so devastating that you don't even want to know what it is. Like, let's be very honest. If you had the ability to know the truth about everything, would you really want to know it? Because the truth really can hit you harder than you think it is. Sometimes you can't handle the truth. I know in some occasions I can't. So sometimes I am comfortable in that space of ignorance. Yes, I'm guilty for that and I could admit it. Some people would never say that. Sometimes ignorance gives you peace of mind. Sometimes ignorance lets you sleep like a full night's worth of sleep. Because if we really knew the truth about everything, not just in wider society, but even in our own lives, do we really want to be privy to that? There's some things that I want to know about. I'm not going to lie. Okay, maybe this is the nosiness in me. Why not? But then there's some things that I'm just like, I'm all right not knowing. And I remember being younger when some people are like, you know what? I don't really want to know about this. And I don't really want to know about that. And then you grow up and you're like, I get it. Life is stressful enough as it is. You already have 100 things going on in your head. Adding any more information in this brain is just too much. Honestly. You know what I noticed as well at the top of this episode? Let me take my Red Bull. In case you're listening audibly and you're like, oh, what happened? I'm literally sipping on a drink. A drink I probably have no business sipping on, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't even ask you how you're doing. I honestly didn't even ask you. I'm getting used to the fact that obviously daylight hours are gone. So if you want to take pictures, you better get out there from early, boy. Because the sun will be up maybe from 11 a.m. to 12. After 12, forget about it. That golden hour that is just popping on black skin, forget about it. And I was forced to buy a winter coat. I don't think I ever told you guys yet, and it still hurts me to this day. I know the people that know me are rolling their eyes like, oh my gosh, Yezzi, let it go. No, I would not let it go. A couple years ago, I was at All Star Lanes in Brick Lane. I'm going to say it how it is. Okay, I'm not protecting anybody. After I did everything I need to do there, I gave my coat into the cloakroom. I didn't hang it up on a random chair. I didn't leave it on a table. I gave it to the cloakroom. This jacket was very dear to me because it was everything a jacket should have had. I'm talking high collar, belted, it cinched in the waist. It was given, okay, long as well. This is a jacket that you go to war in. This jacket cannot be penetrated. It was the jacket of all jackets. Coat, should I say. I got back to the cloakroom and the attendant was like, yeah, there's nothing here. I said, you must be mistaken because I dropped my coat here. I said, do you have another one? They're like, no. I said, have you been here all night? They're like, yeah. I said, we need to check. They were like, we? I said, yeah, we. Best believe I went back there and checked. My coat was gone. And I was like, nah, it must be in the manager's room, something. I told them to check the CCTV. This guy went to the back to check the CCTV. They're like, yeah, we can't see anyone leaving with your coat. I said, I want to see the CCTV. They said, oh. It said something along the lines of, oh, you can't see the CCTV. That's against the rules. I said, swear. there was a bit of a ruckus. Okay, long story short, I was the money came back to me. I was recuperated for that. I'm not gonna say what was involved, but I got my money back. Long story short, to this day, I've never been able to find that jacket again. It was a very good coat. It's very dear to me. But as this cold season has been coming in, I'm just laughing right now because you see me cross me, I'll get you back. I'll find you, shit. But I I realize it's getting very cold nowadays, yeah. And I was trying to avoid it, you know. I've been trying to be in my cute girl era, doing the cute coats, the short jackets. But the practical Virgo in me had to come out, and I had to force myself to get myself one of the long joints as well, especially since I'm going to be traveling to places colder than London. Can you imagine places cold in London? So I said, I have to grow up. I have to be realistic. Got myself a long jacket, and I had to do it. There's certain things in this winter period that we cannot avoid, but it will get bad if I have to buy gloves. I feel like this December, it's giving I'm going to need gloves. It's giving I'm going to need to wear a scarf, a long coat. I can't be doing the waist situation. No, because it really is cold out here in these streets. So I have to behave myself. Otherwise, I will catch a cold. And recently, I'm hearing a lot of coughs, and the coughs are getting, the coughs that like you can tell someone's about to bring something up. I don't like it. Because in my line of work, I literally have to use my voice for everything, believe it or not, hey? If I get sick, and most of these illnesses are lasting about a week or so, it's going to set me back by like a month. So I have to protect myself. I've not taken any Western medicine. I know your ears pricked up just then, okay? I'm proud of myself because I have not been pumping myself full of this Western medicine, this Lemsip and this and that. I've been going back to your old school. One of the natural stuff in the world is sea moss. I've not taken Western medicine throughout this year. This whole year, I've not taken any Western medicine. No paracetamol, no Nurofen, no Lemsip, nothing. I've been banging out sea moss. I'm not catching colds anyhow. I'm feeling better. I don't feel like I'm in aches and pains all the time, and that's because I've been keeping it natural. Thing is, why the Western world, they're not really rating sea moss that much because obviously they don't benefit from it that much monetarily when it comes to money and stuff like that. But once they do, watch the price of sea moss go up. That's the thing I'm dreading. I say this drinking what I'm drinking, but I'm going to stick to this whole not needing, the cough medicines and stuff like that. See how long that lasts me. But so far, so good. For the whole of this year, I ain't going to tell you a lie. The sea moss that I've been taking is actually from St. Lucia. Yes, the Sea of St. Lucia. I wanted to go there on my honeymoon. But rainy season is killing us out here. But it's from St. Lucia, and I've got the normal colour and then the darker colour of sea moss. I literally soak it in a bowl. Not me telling you how I do it, but hey, each one teach one, as they say. You obviously got to rinse it off, soak it in a bowl for an hour plus. Take it out. I put it in there. I infuse it with some frozen mango. Get it all jellified. And when I tell you it bangs, it bangs differently. Oof. Makes me want to make some sea moss tonight. I will be making some sea moss tonight when I get home. But the reason why I came on the mic today is just to talk about a few things that are on my mind. And one of my takeaways, because we are getting to that point in the show where we do my final takeaways. My final takeaway is this. I have to be real with myself with how I want to navigate my career. I can't be a suck up because the truth of the matter is, if someone wants to do something for you or wants to give you something, they will do it without you having to bend your back. And just because you see people sucking up today, getting what seems to be things that are quite nice to them or to you, it won't last. Because if throughout your life, for you to get stuff, you have to suck up and break your back and compromise your dignity to get these things, then it's a very sad way to live. So I'm going to keep working hard. I'm not going to believe merit exists in society because it doesn't. It's a combination of a bunch of things. But when it comes to sacrificing my dignity, it's not going to happen. And I'm glad I'm realizing these things now than later down in life where I have sacrificed my dignity, still didn't get what I wanted, and then I'm just stuck in this kind of limbo of not knowing what to do with myself. So Shout out to the people that are keeping it real all day, every day, regardless of the suck-ups that we work amongst. And if you feel like I'm talking about you, then you're probably right. But until then, before you go, make sure you like, drop a comment and subscribe. We have 2 major goals that we're doing here at Hey Sis UK, which is trying to get to 10,000 followers on the Instagram page. If you don't know what it is, I'm going to put it here, Hey Sis _UK. And the YouTube channel is the one you're watching now, of course. If you wanted to say, oh, I love these episodes, but I wish I could listen to it while I'm washing the dishes or driving and I can't be distracted visually, I got you, because we are exclusively on Spotify, only Spotify for now. We'll see if we will extend it to other podcast streaming platforms. But until then, get yourself on Spotify, follow us. We do extended episodes just audibly, though, over there. So, yeah, get into it. Because next year we're trying to do, fingers crossed, touch wood, keep us in your prayers, a live show at some point. And some more collabs for the future, though. Until then, make sure you stay blessed. You've been listening or watching Hey Sis. Bye.
Because she move like a queen and I like what I see and I wanna get more of that.
I undress and he blows success. Lay down as you decompress. Come mine and forget the stress. Got the 9 to 5 cause he tryna change his life. He can't help it but to show his bad side. So he call me Jesse when he want that good ride. Follow my stride, you know you want a good time. Pick any card, I know it won't decline. He know how to play